come true is taking over you. Oh, this is the greatest show.
Howdy y'all, Clay Cooper here backstage at the Clay Cooper Theater. This week on Tourist Tuesday, we'll be spotlighting our very own Branson's Female Vocalist of the Year, Kari Garrison. We'll be taking a look at Kari's youth in Denison, Texas, and the journey all the way here to Branson, Missouri. Once again, thank you for tuning in to our Tourist Tuesdays. Now, let's take a look at Kari Garrison.
I'm good at seeing the signs. I grew up in Denison, Texas. I have an older brother and a younger sister, and my dad plays bluegrass music, plays mandolin, and he sings. Just anything now, our Lord is coming. I was fortunate enough to get to hear my dad and all his brothers and sisters sing that great gospel harmony and stuff like that. So as a little girl, he told me that I actually learned to sing harmony before I learned to sing the lead. One of my favorite old gospel songs we would sing, and one day Daddy had some friends over and he said, "Kari, why don't you do one for us?" So he named off the song, and I ended up singing the high harmony that I'd heard my Aunt Janine sing. And so I think he knew from then on, if she can hear the harmony part with no melody, then maybe she might want to sing someday. And honestly, the whole family and singing those harmony, having those family harmony vocals and things like that really turned me on to music. No one in my family was a professional entertainer in any shape or form. My daddy was a lineman for the Texas Power Company for almost 40 years. I actually have a song on my CD called Texas Lineman that I helped co-write for my dad. Also, my mom and stepdad worked for the railroad, so they don't sing at all. They just came to all the garage concerts that I put on. They were very supportive. You know, when I was a little girl, if I wasn't singing with my dad and his band, he did have a band, but they didn't play professionally. They played at the Elks Lodges and churches, and it was definitely all volunteer work. They did it because it was in their hearts and they loved music. And if I wasn't singing with Dad and his band, then my mom would put me in beauty pageants. And I don't know that it was for the beauty as much as that was the time I could sing. I could show my talent. And I was the girl that always sang Rocky Top while all the other pretty little girls were singing Somewhere Over the Rainbow. I was definitely a bluegrasser. It's in my heart and soul. And I was on my very first CD when I was 11 years old. My dad and his band, County Line, made a CD, and I sang Rocky Top on it, of course. And I think I knew from then, on my first album, I was going to do that for the rest of my life, or at least somehow make music a part of my life. My parents, Mom and Dad, were transferred with the railroad to St. Louis, Missouri. After I graduated high school, definitely sang in high school, the choir and show choir and all of that stuff. But as far as professionally, I moved to Virginia in 1995, and I began playing with my very first band. They were called After Five, a bluegrass group. And then the next band I played with was called Savannah Road, and we cut a CD with that band. I was so proud of that. I moved from North Carolina, came back to Missouri, and that is when my little sister decided she was going to dare me with the biggest dare of my life. My mom had seen an ad in the newspaper for auditions in Branson, Missouri. So my sister says, "Oh, well, Kari, you can do that." And I thought, I'm just a bluegrasser. I don't know if that's really I'm not a show person. I never even wanted to go to Nashville. I just wanted to sing. I didn't think me being a star was ever in the cards. And I'm a little bashful. People will never believe that, but I am. So we saw the ad in the paper, and my little sister said, "I dare you." And you know how that goes. I had to be the bigger sister and actually just go ahead and do it. So I came down here with my little sister and her two friends, and I went to my very first audition. I've never even auditioned before. And I had a guitar, and I sang a song that I wrote because I didn't have tracks. I was used to playing with a band, and sang a song I wrote, and I got hired that day. So I went from bluegrass and blue jeans to 15 costume changes a half. So, I mean, I was definitely out of my element. Even the shiny jewelry, stuff like that, I wasn't used to anything like that. So I cut my teeth at Shoji Tabuchi's theater, and I loved him very much. And from then on, my Branson career, just, you know, the years have gone by, and I've been so grateful to work so many jobs. The highlight of my Branson career, it's so hard because I've worked for so many great people. After I left Shoji's, that wasn't really me. It's an incredible show. But I was doing choreography and things like that, and you can ask the dancers here. They try not to give me too much choreography these days. But after Shoji's, I went to work at the Gap in Tanger Mall, and in comes this guy, country boy. You might know him. His name's Paul Harris. Anybody? Anyway, someone had given him my CD, and it has bluegrass and gospel music. And if you know Paul Harris, he loves the bluegrass. So I never even auditioned. He just heard my CD and said, "Do you want a gig?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure." And this was definitely more up my alley. You know, I was singing bluegrass and old country, and that's where I met Clay Cooper. And, you know, it's crazy because when I worked there, I got pregnant, Tina got pregnant, and John Lance, our keyboard player, he used to be in this show. He he didn't get pregnant, but his wife got pregnant. 3 of us in the same theater. Everybody was like, "Don't drink the water over here." So sure enough, my son Drew, definitely the best thing in my life, and Colton, Tina and Clay's older son, Colton, they are 11 days apart. And these little boys have grown up together, and it's absolutely precious to me. I love seeing them grow, and I love that they're still friends. And that's where I met Clay and Tina. And from then on, you know, we had a forever friendship. I left Paul Harris's show and began working with the legendary Mo Bandy. Talk about big stuff. You know, to me, in my opinion, I had made it. Okay, I'm working with someone that's got actually hit songs and things like that. I can't even believe it. So he takes me on the road. I got to do so many great gigs, the biggest of all being the Grand Ole Opry. I'll never forget in a million years. I mean, just the best thing that ever happened to me in my career. I'm standing up there looking out and really can't even believe I'm there. And on Too Old to Die Young, one of Mo's big hits, he's got his microphone on the stand, and he takes the mic off, and he comes to stand by me. I'm standing way back in the back where background singers stand, you know, and so he takes it off, and he comes to stand by me because the only people that get on that big screen like we have here behind Clay's is Mo. You know, when you're on the Grand Ole Opry, the star is on the big screen. And so that's why Mo took his mic off and came to stand by me so that my face would get on the big screen at the Grand Ole Opry. I mean, how amazing. And that just shows what kind of character and what kind of man Mo was. He knew that was quite a big deal for me, and he'd done the Opry several times. So what a beautiful, loving man to make me feel so special and do something like that. After that, you know, I've, just like anybody, gone through trials and tribulations of my own and in my personal life, and I was needing more work. So then I went to work with the great Joey Riley, and I was still doing Mo's show and doing Joey's show. This is when, you know, even now a lot of us have more than one job that we do. And I love Joey. I love his spirit. I love everything he was about. You know, you can even see in some of the old videos Barry Bales in the background, Clay Cooper's guitar player that we have here. He's in Mo's band, and he was in Joey Riley's band. It's so funny when I'm looking back on all these great videos and old memories. There's Barry Bales. Barry Bales in every picture of him. Well, we go back a lot further than I even thought, especially when I was looking at some of these great old memories. And, you know, thinking back in Joey Riley's show, you know, Joey's gone. Chuck Landry was in that show, and he's passed on, and also the great Tom Brumley. So I didn't know in that moment that I would lose 3 members of the same band and such great friends, you know, in the short time that I've lived in this town. So many amazing, great people that we've lost, but the memory of Joey and all those folks will never be forgotten, and Clay makes sure that is definitely the case around here. After Joey Riley and Mo Bandy, you know, Mo went on the road full time. I'm a mother. I've got ball games to see, and didn't want to miss any if I could help it. So I decided going on the road was probably not for me. So I called Clay, and he knew I was available. I'd actually called Clay for probably 10 years. I don't know if he remembers that. I'll have to ask him, but I remember calling him, hey, if you ever need a singer, you know, holler. Well, 4 years ago, he called me up, and he said, we just need a harmony singer. And I said, I'm in. I'll do it. I can't wait. I love it. And from the day that I became a part of the Clay Cooper family to now, it's truly one of my favorite jobs I've ever had. The family makes me a little emotional because I love them so very much. Clay and Tina have done a lot for me, and I love everybody that I work here with. I've got such great friends, and this is truly a dream come true and a blessing. And now that I've gotten all emotional, I feel like I should share something funny, if that's okay. You know, Clay has a picture in the hallway. Our hallways are covered with old memories and pictures and photographs and things like that. And I've always, you know, I've been trying to tell everybody there's this one picture in the hallway that Clay has up, and I'll show you. I don't know if you can see it on here, but can you see this, Mac?
Yeah, just tilt it a little bit.
Like this.
There you go.
You see this? Well, there used to not be writing right here. Sorry. Used to have my picture on there. So I don't understand why this picture's not in the hallway, but this one is. See? We're going to have to talk to him about that. And I'm really glad I brought that up because it did help my tears go away a little bit. You know, I have to say it's the people that make it different. From the tech crew, the dancers, the band, Clay and Tina themselves, the kids. We always have kids running around backstage. They make it. They make it a family. You know, Clay provides a babysitter backstage so that all of us moms can bring our kids, little ones to big ones, whatever. They get to play back there, and it really feels like home. And I think one of our dancers, Liz, she's out right now with some medical issues, but I think she said it best just last week. She was getting ready to go for her surgery, and the one thing that she said, she's like, it's not the dancing, it's not the pretty costumes, it's you guys I'm going to miss so bad when I'm out. It's my talk. You know, we spend more time with each other than we do our own families. I've talked to you more today than I've talked to my son today. We are family. You know, when it's a bad day, those are the hardest days to perform. When you have gone through something in your life and you're supposed to come out and smile to everybody that's watching, and those are the hardest days to do this job because it's easy. I've told Clay, and I'd say it again, I'd do it for free. I'm going to sing somewhere, anywhere. It doesn't matter. It's in my heart. It's in my blood. I'm thankful that it's here, and I'm thankful that it's with such a great family. And I think it's because Clay and Tina put a lot of thought into the people that they hire on. As Clay mentions, he has 85 folks that work here, and there's not a one that doesn't know my name, doesn't know my son's name, or not a one that doesn't care about my day or how I'm doing. And I think that's what, that just makes it so beautiful and special. It is really strange to go from being a fan to having fans. And I love them so much. I really do think that's the best part about this job, is meeting the people. You know, they may have cancer, they may have just lost a loved one, and they're here in Branson to have a good time, to laugh, to, you know, feel the joy of music, and looking out at their faces and knowing that I touched somebody or did something to change somebody's day for the better is what this job is all about, and I'm so grateful.
This is